Hey, what's up? In this video, I want to show you how to make procedural window lights in Blender. It's a really easy method, it's fast to render, and it looks pretty good. I've made a simple building here. It's just one floor that I've copied with an array modifier on the Z-axis. I'm just going to put a gray basic texture on this. And after that, we can go into edit mode, and on this one floor, or if you have a building with many floors, just select one. And if all of these windows are the same size, you can just select one, press Shift G, and then select area. And it should select all the windows that are the same size, but it's selected some extra stuff here. And then you can go here, select similar, and then just decrease this threshold until those disappear. So for me, it's somewhere around 0.00015. And with those selected, we go here to slot 1 and just click this menu, click the plus sign, and then assign. And now these windows have a separate material. And then we'll press new. Now the base color should probably be either gray like this or just completely black. The examples I showed in the beginning, I'm pretty sure they were just black and then with zero roughness. Because in the renders I showed, they're usually kind of at nighttime or whatever. And we're going to use a noise texture into the emission to sort of fake lights inside of the building. So let's add a noise texture. And if you have the Node Wrangler add-on, you can click this node, press Ctrl T, and you get these nodes. And if you don't have that add-on, go to Preferences, Add-ons, and search for Node Wrangler, and just install that. And we want to set this to UV. And that's so that we can sort of offset the texture on each of these floors. I think that adds some more realism, or it makes it less obvious that it's just a noise texture. So let's just connect this into the color, and then we also need to increase the strength. Let's start with 1 for now. We also want a color ramp. Let's connect that there, and let's bring this black marker up a bit, and we should increase the scale here as well. And now you can see it's being repeated, and it's also stretched because we haven't UV unwrapped this floor. So let's go into edit mode, select everything, press U, and then cube project. And to fix the repeating, we go here to UV on the array modifier, and then just offset these sliders a bit. But I do think this noise is not great, so we'll just decrease this. Now, even here, like if you look at it from a bit of a distance, I mean, this already looks kind of like building lights, and this method works best at a distance. Now, if you want to change the color of these lights, you can go here. I usually go for something like, yellowish. If you want to make it less obvious that it's just one noise texture, which it is, we can add more noise textures with a mixed color node. So let's try adding another one on top that's kind of has a bigger scale. So let's connect that to the B input here, set it to multiply, set the factor to 1, and we'll add some mapping nodes to this as well. And UV is fine here. You probably want a color ramp as well, just to increase the contrast and increase the scale as well. And this is just kind of an overlay on top of this to sort of add some other little specks. It can be nice to increase the contrast on this first noise as well. If you see that this other noise texture that we added on top makes it too dark. Something I'm seeing now is that this is kind of mirrored. The texture here, you can see it's being repeated on the left and right side. So to prevent that, we can instead use Smart UV Project, and that will sort of fix that. Now the scale of the noise textures has changed a bit, but you can just adjust that. And yeah, as long as you're not too close to this, it looks pretty good. Like at a distance, it's not bad at all. But here it's like, all right, this is a noise texture. We can also add one more noise texture, same kind of mix node. We could just copy this over there, and then even these, copy those and plug that into B here, and then just make this one like pretty high contrast, and then decrease the scale so we have some other like bigger patches of darkness. And here on this color ramp, you kind of decide how big these patches are or how much they block out. And you can just keep doing this, keep adding layers to this with multiply nodes. And multiply, if you do this, it'll basically add the sort of black parts on top without doing anything else. So let's just try one more. And again, we can just copy this. And let's try a Voronoi texture, which is a bit more sharp than a noise texture. Let's make that a UV connection as well. And then just into, yeah, let's put that into there. Actually, select the color, but you need a color ramp for that because otherwise, you know, it's going to be disco lights. And let's try making that scale a bit higher. You can also do this, click Control Shift click this color ramp just to see what the actual texture looks like. And I kind of want small little sharp details, just kind of see how that looks. Maybe something like that, a few little things. Yeah, I think that can work. So if we shift click the principled shader again, you know, you just get some of these. I mean, yeah, don't look too close, but over here, I mean, that's barely visible. What if we bring in some more? Yeah, that's just an experiment from my side. I've never done that before, but I think that could be cool. But yeah, like from a distance, like from this distance, it's not bad. And then you can just, you know, make that as tall as you want and it's going to keep randomizing that texture. And I do think this works pretty much only, well, I mean, I guess it kind of works here in daytime as well. Let's say you want each of these to be random, like each of the UV coordinates for all these buildings to be random. Now these are linked copies. A linked copy, basically, if you select this one and then press Alt-D when you copy, it's going to be linked. So now they all have the same data, same texture data, same geometry data. Now if we add an object info node and connect that to the location, you can do that to all of these mapping nodes, to any of these, but I mean, one is enough. So I did it to this first noise texture. And these two copies, I mean, these windows are lit up here, they're not there. I mean, it is a different texture, basically. But if you do it to all of them, you know, it'll be even better. We're just randomizing the location of the noise texture. So now, each time you make a copy, it's just going to have a completely random texture, which is good if you're gonna, you know, use it for something like this, just a bunch of copies of the building. Denoise, I mean, that's pretty cool. Look at that. This is mainly for like background stuff. But anyway, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you found it useful, and let me know if there's anything else you want me to explain or just make a tutorial about, and I'll look into it. But yeah, thanks, bye.